So you went to law school, you graduated top 10 in your class, right? But you
Yes,
didn't
sir.
take the bar?
I did not. But that's the one thing I regret. I wish I would have, because I have a whole fucking string of attorneys that work for me, from civil to criminal to intellectual property to all the shit. If I would have taken the bar, at least I could legally do a lot of the memorandums that are in court myself and not have to spend the money. Like, I still spend, Jesus Christ, I spent almost $250,000 last year in my legal fees for various shit. On average, I'm spending like 50, 60,000 a year, but imagine being able to save that money. Like, anytime I have a question that I need like the proper legal authority for, 99% of the time I ask them and my answer is already right. I know the answer, but I need that affirmation. Every time it's $2,000 plus. So that was the whole rationale behind me starting the A&R clinics I do every Tuesday. Artists can tune in, people that want to break in the industry, whatever walk of life you are, and I will answer all your questions for free, because not everyone has the assets and resources to just fucking spend bands every time you have a fucking legal question regarding music. And people that, you start off making music because you fall in love with music. It's a hobby. But eventually, the people that strive the greatest and make those strides are people that treat it as a real career path in their life. Um, so I'm speaking, the people that tune in to hear me speak every Tuesday, I feel are the ones that are most serious about their career. There's people that have tuned in for 5, 6 years straight that have never asked a single question. They just want to soak up as much game as possible. And there's others that just run the whole session and will ask me a million questions, because they don't necessarily either want to pay for one of my paid consultations, kind of like a one-on-one version of the clinic, specifically drawn to crafting programs for you to succeed. But it's like, they just want to know how do I navigate this? And that's, it's even I don't know it all. So sometimes the students can teach me things, and the majority of the times I'm teaching them. But that's the whole benefit of having this game and having lived the ins and the outs, the good, the bad, the ugly.
So is it not possible for you to now take the bar and become a lawyer?
I'm so far removed. So that's to answer your question. I graduated from law school, and then I got my first tour management opportunity to manage Canibus on a like 2.5 month tour across all of America. So I'm like, fuck yeah, I'll do that shit. The money was absolute shit, but I'm like, I get to see all of America? Bet. I literally almost quit after the first night. I didn't know Canibus that well. We'd worked together on some songs here and there. But like being around this guy, this fucking, he's like, we're going to have these walkie talkies. And I'm like, I'm not taking a fucking walkie talkie. When you need something, just ask me. Like, fucking over. All right. None of that shit. So I literally almost quit after the first show because he was fucking yelling at me about, I wanted to leave 10 minutes ago and you were talking to some broad. I'm like, yeah, bro, that's what we do. Rap, get money, pussy, repeat.
So that was like your introduction to the music industry as far as
No, that was my introduction to being on tours.
on tours.
Yeah. So
Okay.
like I had been on M80 tours where I'm the shit, I'm the artist.
Mhm.
This is the first time I'm managing an already famous person's tour.
Got you. Okay.
So like the funny thing is I've been on tours as an artist. Like I went on a tour with PANDA one time, and I was managing the tour, but I was also the support act. And me and PANDA still joke about this today. He's like, how the fuck did you get more pussy on my tour than me? I'm like, because I'm me.
All right.
Like good times. But I didn't take the bar that year because I managed that tour. And the bar is only held on like certain days, and you're supposed to prep for it for at least like 6 months beforehand. So people will literally take out student loans just for bar prep, so they're not working. Like in law school, at least for the first year, 2 years, they say if you have time to do anything but go to school and study, you're going to fail. It's that heavily involved. I figured out a way where I was brand new to San Francisco and I was still M8. Like I thought I was going to retire, and then I got way more artist opportunities after I went to law school or while I was in law school. So I figured out like I was going to take all the practice tests from all like 10 years prior. And eventually some of the same shit's going to repeat itself as professors are writing new exams. So I would have students meet me every weekend in the library, and we'd do these practice tests together. So I remember I was out with RZA till 4:30 in the morning, 5 in the morning, the day 8 diagrams came out. The night 8 diagrams came out. And then I had my corporations exam at like 9 a.m. and got a B plus on it. You know, like because I just knew I figured out how to study for the exams. I didn't necessarily have to be there every day in class. But my whole college career, my whole law school career, high school career, I missed like one day of school. I was always like, you know, whether sick or not, I was there. I love school.
And the whole point of you going to law school is because you were trying to learn about like intellectual property and all those different things.
To master the business of music, not necessarily become an attorney. Like I didn't want to abandon music. So that's the regret. Had I at least taken the bar, then I could just have a fallback as an attorney. My fallback is I could be a paralegal. You know, like you have a law degree, you're automatically qualified to be a paralegal. But it's like I'm qualified through my 20 plus years of business experience to literally be any fucking thing I want.
Right.
Outside of music, inside of music, whatever. Like, does this guy know how to make money? I think that's what companies care about. Is he good? Is he interpersonal? Is he an extrovert? You know, that kind of shit matters in the real business world. I feel bad for the introverts of the world.